clean out the mud. Cock balls. Fuck around. Fuck around. Fuck around. Trick is to get them as tight as possible together so you can suck them up as one, just because due to the weight. And I have to put the rolls up because the cross member is hit here. Because of that, sticks up, it's ramped up all the rolls. So it just deadheads, dink. Secondly, you have to worry about height because these are actually pretty tall when you're scissored flat. So you got to get in enough head so you're not overweight, which I am. But we'll get out of these holes, which sucks. Can't get a proper measurement when I'm sitting in all these ruts. So we'll put the rolls down, circle around, and we'll commence sucking it up till we're right at just under 5'2". Be a little windy. Apologies, no apologies. Maybe I'll put music to it. So that puts us at 5.0. Fucking something. We're under 5.2, we're good. The weight is gonna have to be whatever it is, because we can't go any further up. Leave a little gap so when you roll it back you can undo your chain too. Dig out a bunch of dirt because you can't have that flopping around down the road. Be dropping big nuggets. Awesome. That's what I built it for. It's easier to paint that than the rest of the fucking truck. Still got to do the other side. Piece of trim, you know what I mean? We only had that one piece of steel. No ear on that one. Pretty common because they pull them around with hose and cats. That's why they're so fucking dirty. And they're always in the muddiest spots. That's gonna fuck me up for tightening it. Look at all this shit. We gotta open the tire bar and dig this all out. Really, if you leave that roll down, put the front one up, and just shake this one back a little bit so you can get these loose. And you're in business too, or else you can do it completely opposite of what I just did. You just gotta suck your slack forward before you go over the roll with the back one, or else you'll drop it. With a bang. Probably enough to break the chain, actually. Steel punching territory right here. And if it skips, it'll smash your elbow. I know. See how long the camera goes for before it shuts off, I guess. At least it's nice soft clay. Usually it's pit rock. Cyprus, they were always mad why shit was so expensive. Well, you guys start keeping the skids clean, and it'll cost less. Ow. Motherfuck! Alright, well you guys get the picture. Some bullshit, I'll continue on. double check because it's when you drop and they'll twist and you almost flop them right over. Soft spot. Down there. That's where the trailer went. And then the second time around, that's where the steers went. All good? Didn't get stuck? Glad I wasn't here alone and stuck. wind and dust. Well, gravy, right? Pretty much. Almost got her right buried there, but we had lots of support. Everybody was cheering us on. Dump the clutch! No, just kidding, they weren't. I meant there's heavy equipment, they gotta pull me out. Fucking hot as balls up in here now, sweaty, wearing a sweatshirt. What do you expect? Whew. Caught me wearing my hoodie, usually I do not. Almost, fuck man, yesterday got called at like, what time was it? It must have been like 7 p.m. We text me, it's like, you want to take some 400s to BC? I'm like, yeah, sure. He didn't say where BC, he just said BC. It's very vague, you know?
Malfunction. Need input.
He's like, well, it's probably gonna take you 3 days. And I'm like, oh, fuck, 3 days? I'm like, Fort Nelson? Yes. He's like, we'll plan for 3 days. And what did I'm like, okay. He's like, you'll have to pick up like, we would have picked up a rental trailer that's got the tiny tiners like DBI uses for like hauling shacks and stuff. Because obviously you gotta be, we can't go hauling 400s at like 5.2, I do believe. Well, we would have been 5.1 point something, right? And it's too tall to go into, this will spoil the fun, but interior BC. I'm like, where to? It's like, Prince Rupert. I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, I'll go. He's like, you don't mind sleeping in your bunk for 3 nights? I'm like, fuck. Like, don't count me out because I have a small bunk. It's not the size of the bunk that counts. I'm like, just because it's small doesn't mean I'm not gonna go do the work that requires me to, you know, stay in my truck for a couple nights. I'm like, I haven't been working a whole lot. The past, like, probably 3 weeks have been pretty iffy. On and off, on, off, more off than on. If you guys could only see the Rockies. My viewfinder's better than my camera. I think my step is rattling. But yeah, so I flew to this store, got like 3 days worth of food. As soon as I pulled back in the driveway, scrap that. I'm like, what the fuck? Over.com/org. And yeah, he's never got back to me on it, but never know who's on call because it just comes up as Brawler dispatch phone, right? So they told me this morning. He's like, yeah, I guess they, whatever they had it figured out, because I guess a bunch of trucks were pulled over at Tijon. Mustard.
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
At the scales there, just before you turn off to go to, well, yeah, no, you don't turn off there, but you know what I mean. Go to Prince Georgian. I kind of like that drive. Hitting Prince George is all right. Prince George to New Hazelton, not a huge fan, but it is beautiful. I've done it a few times. And then I've only been out to Terrace to the port. Before you get into Prince Rupert, I've only been out there once. So I didn't say fucking play. I'll decide. So yeah, and my nephew lives out there. That's where my wife is from out there. So she was just like, oh. I'm like, she's like, you want a passenger? I'm like, where are you gonna sleep? It's like, I'll sleep while you drive. And then what are you doing while I'm sleeping? Sit up all night on your phone? But anyways, yeah, so that got kiboshed. I was super excited to go on it too. Not that it would have sucked balls, because I think there's whole different rules when you're out of the Peace region, which is northern BC. It's pretty much like Alberta, but you need a pilot car. Down there, interior, I don't even know what the fuck it's called. Okanagan? Is all that the Okanagan? You know, whatever. As soon as you leave the Peace region, Sundays, no travel. Or weekends, no wide loads, I think. Which is weird, because those guys were going today, so... or they were there yesterday, NBC wide, so I don't know. Because I remember one time I snuck all the way to Smithers with a tamper on a weekend, and I was just like, fuck, because he sent us to go do this job, and we were out at like Manning and loaded this stuff, and then he was like, you should get down there, and then we like got travel. I'm like, I didn't know, because I never think about it, because I never go to interior BC, and then the other guy's like, yeah, actually, we're not supposed to be traveling. I'm like, well, okay, I'll turn off the beacons. I'm like, a tamper doesn't really look that wide unless you're looking in both mirrors. Well, not at the same time, obviously, but whatever. We took it to Smithers, and then we spent the day in Smithers. That was the day I went golfing. If you guys watched that episode, number fucking 348 or something. Just pulling a number out of my ass, don't go looking for it. But anyways, so yeah. Tomorrow it sounds like water gear. Boo. Maybe I'll get some footage, because I'll need a little extra for this video. Maybe. But anyways, drive home. It is now 3:48 p.m. Got a late start. Didn't start. He phoned me at like 9:30. He's like, want to go out? He's like, you go to Vulcan? I'm like, shit, yeah, live long and prosperous. I'm not a Star Trek guy by any means, but I know of it. I used to watch the old one because it was the only thing on at fucking like 2 in the morning when I was a teenager. TBS, when I lived in the Yukon. And yeah, so yeah, we're 30K from Vulcan, really. So yeah, they're pretty bad at doing that. They're like, go to Vulcan. I mean, mostly, it's like 40K difference. But anyways, travel home, sucked in all my stuff, and took all my stuff out because it was supposed to rain at home. Thank you for waiting. And don't want to be getting home to do it in the rain. It doesn't sound like I was planned to come out here again tomorrow, which entailed going into yard number 2 to get more panels. So if it rains, thank God I don't have to do that, because you chain it up, buried before you even start your day. But anyways, back to the shop. That's some bullshit. You stay clean the whole job with threat of rain to come home for the last 3 kilometers wet. That sucks. It's got an engine. And a tranny. Auto tranny. Paint at the rims.